Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at what's going on. What is going on in Puerto Vallarta, in our state, in our country? We take a look at what's going on with your lives, what kind of questions you have about our lives in Puerto Vallarta. We clear our throats. And we try to combine all this information to have a better life, a more connected life, connected with each other, connected with our city, with our culture, with everything that has to do with our daily lives. And today is Thursday, September 29th, and I hope everybody is doing great. If anybody is watching from Florida, I hope you guys are doing well. It has been big. I haven't been following the details, but I sure hope that everyone is okay. Let's see. Today, as always, we welcome friends that are joining us for the first time. If you would like to let us know that you are, feel free to write the word new in your comment. We'll give you a nice little welcome. If there's something truly important that you wish to address, like Leah has done, she's added a capital letter Q to her question, which makes it easier for us to find it. We'll work on Boca Pier stop water taxi from docking there. Thanks, she says. Well, Leah, I doubt that they will stop. They will probably have a temporary solution so that people can embark and disembark there. You know, there are a lot of people, boat owners and so forth, captains that make a living out of piloting those boats. So, you know, they couldn't stop working, and people need to move in and out of the remote locations that you can get to from Boca. So I would assume that that things will continue working one way or another. So that was a comment with a Q. We look for those at the second half, during the second half of the broadcast. First, we're going to take a look at some news that includes some news at the weather. We have some weather heading our way. We have news from SEAPAL, who's constantly turning up or down the water pressure in our neighborhoods so that we can have better water system. We have news from promotional news from Riviera Nayarit. We have news about a hungry crocodile and a really unusual place in Mexico City that I would love to visit next time I am there. So that's what we're going to look at today, among other things. Let's get started. Well, do forgive me for being a little paranoid about the weather. We just saw what happened in Florida, and here we go. We have one headed not directly our way, but a lot closer than the ones we've had throughout the season. It is still known as Tropical Depression 16E, but soon enough it will become Tropical Storm Orlene. And as you can see from this map, it is headed inland. Not directly at us, but inland nonetheless. If we look at the image, Puerto Vallarta is down here, and Orlene is expected to turn into a hurricane in a couple of days, hitting land somewhere up here in the coast of Sinaloa. That would be 2 states north of Puerto Vallarta. But still, we can expect a fair amount of rain to head our way during the weekend. Hopefully, not too much rain, but just about enough. And as I mentioned, SEAPAL continues to go about their business, and now they have announced a reduction in water pressure for El Centro and Cinco de Diciembre today. It started in the morning at 9 a.m. and it will continue until 5. In case you were wondering, I'm happy to report that water flow in my neighborhood has been restored. They left the street a mess, but hopefully they will repave the street sometime in the near future. And we've been talking lately about this is something that we talk about fairly frequently, the joint promotion of Riviera Nayarit and Puerto Vallarta as a single destination is something that has been done for a long time to broader or lesser success depending on the administrations. And now hotelier Juan Vela has given an interview to Tribuna de la Bahía where he commented that Riviera Nayarit is apparently running behind on their commitment to run a joint promotional campaign along with Puerto Vallarta because some monies are owed to at least one important commercial partner in Canada. Juan Vela's hope is that authorities will address this debt sooner than later, as these types of situations tend to spread out among tourism-related operators and generate a bad impression, you think? So, according to him, the Nayarit government is aware of the debt and they are hoping to handle this situation sometime in the near future. Very important for our northern neighbors. And we have a little bit more clarity on this proposed increase in paid vacation days from 6 to 12 days during the first year of employment in Mexico. As we mentioned yesterday, the Commission of Employment and Social Welfare in the Senate voted in favor for it. And the proposal will now be sent to the rest of the Senate for discussion and will be voted upon within the next few days. Preliminary reports that I've been reading elsewhere suggest that the business community or the private sector chambers of commerce and such seem to approve this decision, and that is good to hear. So we'll keep you posted on this one. And this one, well, there's nothing funny about a hungry crocodile, but even crocs have to eat. This particular one had been spending some time hanging out around Colonia Floresta, eating small goats or sheep in the past few days. He was finally busted while he was having a dog for dinner, and authorities removed the animal and relocated it to the Ameca River, always reminding us that should we have a close encounter with a croc, we must report it by dialing 911 immediately. And just so you know, this is not likely to happen to you unless you happen to live close to a large body of water or nature. Let me show you where Colonia Floresta is located in a map. And as you can see, here is the estuary, El Salado, and here is the Colonia. So the Colonia is right next to El Salado estuary, where we know that a lot of animals roam freely. So there you have it. If you live near large bodies of water or near nature where we know that crocodiles tend to hang out and you have live animals, well, you'd better take care of your live animals because they could become a crocodile's dinner before you know it. And now let us take a quick look at the weather and we'll take it from there. Rest in paradise, Coolio, says snarky weatherman. I did read yesterday that rapper Coolio passed away. I don't know the details, but rest in paradise sounds good to me. It is 27 degrees right now. Humidity is at 83%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 80 at present time. Our weather forecast for today says rain until morning, starting again in the evening with a high of 31 and a low of 25. Tomorrow, Friday, possible light rain in the evening and overnight with light and variable winds with a high of 31 and a low of 24. Saturday, rain and humidity throughout the day with a high of 29. That is lower than before. and a low of 24. No specific information in the weather forecast that could be related to this tropical storm just yet, but of course, we are going to continue keeping an eye on that. So, moving right along, we have other little things to share, starting with the look of an unhappy mayor. This would be Mayor Villalbazo from Bahía de Banderas, who threatened reporters to not give any more interviews as different or several media outlets tend to edit what she says. And this is kind of like complaining about getting stung by bees and then choosing to go lie down on a hammock after you spread a bunch of honey all over your body. You know, it's like the last thing you want to say to a bunch of reporters is, don't say bad things about me. Actually, I don't even know the first thing about being qualified to tell you what Mayor Villalbazo has been up to or whether she is a good mayor or a bad mayor. But she has definitely been in the news. And of course, there are some news outlets that are more credible than others. There are some news outlets that are more opinionated than others. But that shouldn't be a surprise to her or to anybody involved in politics. Now, this bit of news won't happen until June of next year, but I was truly happy to learn that while Puerto Vallarta acknowledged World Tourism Day a couple of days ago, our first ever mariachi festival to take place in our city was announced. It is called Festival de Verano Alcalor del Mariachi, or With the Heat of Mariachi Summer Festival. The event was announced by Ángel Martínez, who happens to be the director of the prestigious Nuevo Tecalitlán Mariachi Ensemble, and it is one of the biggest ones in the country. The event will take place from June 27 to July 1st at Puerto Vallarta's International Convention Center, and it will feature a number of performances and workshops and activities that will surely appeal to both tourists and locals. This is very exciting, and although it won't happen until next year, it is very exciting to read. And the last bit of news that I have for you is something that I read yesterday. I read it online, and it added yet another excuse to go visit an unusual place in Mexico City. What do you see in this photograph? You're actually looking at the roof of a building, but it's not just the roof of any building. This happens to be the roof of the Infonavit building in Mexico City, which I found out happens to be the largest green roof in all of Latin America. Wow. For those not in the know, Infonavit is the Institute of the National Housing Fund for Workers here in Mexico, and they also happen to be the largest mortgage lender in Latin America. How does it work? Well, Infonavit receives 5% of all formal workers' salaries and provides a series of housing-related mortgage products for you to choose from. These include a mortgage to buy a new or existing home, a mortgage to remodel a home, or a mortgage to build a new home from scratch. But back to the rooftop, this beautiful project was inaugurated back in 2011, and it has a surface of 5,265 square meters, out of which roughly less than half, but almost half, 2,470, are covered with vegetation. The roof is that helps produce oxygen for the citizens of Mexico City and lowers the temperature inside the building between 10 and 15%, also reducing their electrical consumption. How wonderful is that? Don't know if it can be visited. I don't know if it can be visited, but if you happen to be in Mexico City and happen to be in the southern part of the city, the building is located centrically, actually, in Colonia Guadalupe Inn, not far from Insurgentes Avenue, which is the most important throughway in Mexico City, along with Paseo de la Reforma Avenue. So there you have it. If you happen to find yourselves in Mexico City and you want to visit this place, again, I don't know if it is open to the public, but I sure hope that it is. And with that said, let us get into comments mode. Yes, we'll even turn the music on. Why not? Um, let's see. Lots of good mornings as always. I love reading your good mornings. I love spotting counters. Friends that are, heading back to Puerto Vallarta. We have good mornings from all kinds of places. We've answered this one for Leah. Gina, hello. A little bird told me that you were in town. I hope you're doing well. It's always great to read you, and it's always great to see you. Well, I didn't get to see you, but I hope you had a good time while you were here in Puerto Vallarta. I heard that you were singing for a private party. That's what I heard. Let's see what else we have. Bill says, I hope everybody survived the storm last night and is doing okay today. I hope you mean both Florida, but I also hope the one that we felt here in Puerto Vallarta last night. It rained quite a bit. So I hope everybody's doing okay wherever you are. Let's see. Luisa says, this month went so fast. Luisa, these past couple of years have been like the strangest time warp I can think of, at least for me anyhow. My family from Central Florida are fine. Thank you for the report. They have turtles walking to their front door. I don't know that this is a good thing or a bad thing, Charles, but bottom line, I am glad to hear that your family is okay. Let's see what else we have. There's another cue. Spencer asks, I was informed by a local PV tour guide that the Marina area buildings had the most damage. Which Marina area? What is the name of the local government agency that is responsible of inspecting the hotels for damages due to earthquake situation? Marina area, it would be the only Marina area that we have in Puerto Vallarta, and that is Marina Vallarta. And the agency that handles the inspection of buildings is called Protección Civil or Civil Protection. There you go. There's another cue. It escaped my memory. Did you say COVID vaccines are available until the end of September or to the end of October? Brad, I do recall we talked about this, and my recollection says that the government said that vaccines for adults are available in Puerto Vallarta until the end of October at local health centers. My suggestion to you is to call any of the health centers that are listed in our general reference map, unless you already have spotted one near where you live. And another question. We are members of the cluster. Our last payment was via PayPal. Now that you are no longer with PayPal, do we have to re-register? This is a good question. Thank you very much, Veronica. I did get in touch with the developer. Hold on, let me turn this down. Whoa, that's much better. I got in touch with the developer of Buy Me a Coffee, and here's what happened. When Buy Me a Coffee stopped supporting PayPal, they sent an email message to anybody that was using PayPal saying, hey, your favorite project, in this case, Coffee and Headlines, is we're no longer supporting PayPal, so these are your options. But this reminder or this notice may have gone to people's spam folders, so not everybody noticed. So the short answer to your question, and this goes to anyone that has not renewed or has not gotten any renewal notice or anything, is if you made your last payment via PayPal, you need to resubscribe manually, and you can do that at Buy Me a Coffee. If you have any questions about this, feel free to let me know by sending me a private message, and I can show you your records. I can show you when was the last time you made a payment and when your next payment is due. Let's see what else. Yeah. Guadalajara needs buildings like the Infonavit. Guadalajara is becoming an asphalt place. Hardly no trees. You know, Angelica, I am going to politely disagree with you. I think that our capital city, the city of Guadalajara, has been doing phenomenal things in transforming parks into more prosperous green areas. We don't report about them here because it's not altogether relevant. I mean, we go to Guadalajara for all kinds of things. I don't know that we go to Guadalajara to check out the new parks, but let me tell you, the last time that I was in Guadalajara, I was amazed and continue to be amazed at how many trees there are in the city, and how many parks, how much green areas are preserved within the city. If you are talking about a specific section of Guadalajara, I would be curious to know, because this has not been my experience, certainly not in the downtown area. But now you've got me curious. Do let us know, Angelica, where you read this very important statement, because we like to be able to back up these very important statements, don't we? With credible sources. Let's see. Let's see what else we have. Oh, 22 more days. Another counter. I love it. Yoxolotl Art says, I like turtles. Joshua, I almost married one. I like turtles too. And in fact, one of my favorite things to do whenever I go to La Isla is to check out their turtle pond, because they always seem to be happy. I had to go to buy me a coffee and pay with credit card, and I was given a new annual date for my membership. There you go. Thank you very much for your support, first and foremost, Sherry. But chances are that you were in that situation. And oh, that's right, we talked about this. I think we looked at your records together, if I recall. Thank you for your support. Let's see. Michael says, a huge shout out to our favorite bakery. That would be Artisan Bakery. The new owner has not skipped a beat. Got my order yesterday and was amazing. That's good to hear. But also, and just as importantly, Michael, I am so happy to hear that you are back in business. I hope you enjoyed your time off. I hope you got your remodels done for Bravos as you had planned to. Please feel free to let us know if there's anything new, and we'll go and take a look with our camera so that everybody can look forward to checking your new and improved restaurant. Thank you very much for that, Harold. Again, this is also my impression, and again, I'm surprised by the comment made that Guadalajara is turning into concrete city. It has not been at all my experience, but always eager to read about things whenever they are posted. Michael Salvaggio says, good morning, Paco and Cluster. 3 more days. It is the big move day. I suppose your big move is moving down to Puerto Vallarta. And if that is the case, I hope everything goes as expected. And if you have any questions, you come to the right cluster to ask about everyday life here in the city. Bill, we were just talking about you. Speak of the devil. The new owner of Artisan Bakery is here. Hello, future husband. It's great to see you. Thank you, Michael. I look forward to eating at your restaurant soon. Of course, Michael's restaurants are fantastic. And Luisa says, looking forward to seeing the new design in Bravos. That makes 2 of us. Oh, the next time I'm in the neighborhood, I'm just going to pop by and check it out myself. And this, friends, brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Speaking of Michael suggested some time ago that I should go visit a particular gay bar in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. Don't know why Michael suggested it, but it so happens that I'm going to be in that neighborhood today, and it could be the case that I come back with news about a gay bar, or 2 gay bars, or maybe more tomorrow or the day after. But between now and then, stay happy, stay kind, and oh my God, I totally forgot to tell you about something. Very, very quickly, today is Mexico's National Corn Day. So today, celebrate corn in any way, shape, or that you can by going out and finding some awesome tacos from your favorite taqueria. And that's it. stay kind, stay happy, and come back soon.